Hey, what's up everybody? It's Danny from Hip Hops. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time watching, I pair up craft beer and vinyl, and I talk a little bit about each. So today, I'm gonna be bringing you a special Valentine's Day beer and vinyl pairing, with the beer being Almond Vanilla Bourbon Barrel Aged Oil of Aphrodite from Jackie O's. And I'm gonna be discussing instrumental artist PsalmTrees album, You Don't Know What Love Is. So stay tuned, I'll review the beer and talk about the album as well as play you some of my favorite tracks. Alright, so first up, I'm gonna be opening the beer. So Jackie O's is located in Athens, Ohio, which is just southeast of Columbus. So Oil of Aphrodite, if you're not familiar, is their imperial stout that they make. And they brew it with locally sourced black walnuts. So this is a variant. So this is the almond and vanilla bean bourbon barrel aged version. And as you can see, not too much head. I didn't pour it too hard though. But you definitely get the bourbon barrel straight on the nose. And the vanilla, it's almost like a marshmallow type of a smell. So let's see what it tastes like. So it's very thick. It tastes thicker, almost like a brownie batter, more so than when I was pouring it. I thought it was gonna be a little thin, but on the mouthfeel it comes through really thick. And you do get the almonds. I know they're toasted almonds, so you're not getting too much of like an amaretto vibe. It's more of a nutty vibe, which is probably coming from the walnuts. Both of them are roasted, the walnuts and the almonds. But yeah, it's very good. So yeah, 12.4% alcohol. They barrel age it for 12 to 14 months, so it's a blend of a few different barrels. But I know this came out in December of 2020. It doesn't taste too hot. It's actually really melded right now, so it's a good flavor profile right away. I'll keep sipping it throughout the video. So the record I'm going to be pairing it with is You Don't Know What Love Is by PsalmTrees. And so I picked out this album because the Oil of Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and if you look close, she's holding this plant in her hand, which mimics what the woman on the cover here is, the field she's standing in. She's also holding one of the plants up to her nose. And I sort of put the vibe of, yeah, the title of the album is You Don't Know What Love Is, but it's also sort of giving off vibes of like the goddess Aphrodite, the goddess of love. So PsalmTrees is originally out of the UK. I think he was actually born in South Africa, or he spent time in South Africa. But he's out of the UK. He currently resides in Rotterdam, Netherlands, which is where the Chill Hop record label is located. And I know he works for them, so he moved there to be more invested in the company. So You Don't Know What Love Is, it came out in 2019, and PsalmTrees is an instrumental artist who does hip hop beats, but he does a lot of jazz samples. And this cover resembles, and for the life of me, I can't remember what the name of the album is right now, but it's a 1970s Italian jazz soundtrack that he was influenced by and wanted to mimic with the album cover. So this is self-released. It was pressed through Qrates, which if you're not familiar, Qrates is a website where you can sign up, and fans can go and they can choose to back a project. So if they meet their target, then the album's printed and sold. This one's limited to 300 copies. It comes on this really nice olive, which kind of might be hard to see because it's a dark green, but it's like an olive green with just the two white labels. And you can see on the back here, I always like to read like the liner notes if there are any, or read the cover. So here they have You Don't Know What Love Is. It's the lyrics from the Billie Holiday track. So it's got the whole lyrics there, and then recorded and mastered by PsalmTrees. It's 16 tracks long. It's a nice, smooth listen. It's real chilled, laid back. It's got some Brazilian vibes. It's got some just like boom bap style drums, but it's a good project. I recommend you check it out. It's his third solo album. He's also been on a lot of compilations, as well as has projects with the likes of Mustawa. And his other album actually just is being released in the coming months. They just released a pre-order for the vinyl on the Chill Hop website, so check that out. Yeah, this is a really good beer. I feel like I've had the Oil of Aphrodite before, and I was getting the nuttiness on it, and this has been 3 years ago or so. But this one, Oil of Aphrodite, used to be something you'd have to chase and you'd have to find. It was difficult to find, which a lot of barrel-aged stouts were a few years ago. Now they're kind of readily available. This is just sitting on shelves. I picked this up at the Beer Temple just the other day. They had some left, so if you are in Chicago and you want to give this a try, definitely stop at the Beer Temple. I think Beer on the Wall and Bottles and Cans also had it, I saw on Instagram. But yeah, it's complex enough to where you can sip on it. You don't really get the booze on it. You taste the bourbon barrel, but it's not hot, so you can drink it pretty quickly, which could be dangerous. So on to some of my favorite tracks on this. So like I said, he does a lot of jazz samples. So and really, I'm gonna give you 4 tracks. The first 3 on the album are all my 3 favorites. So I'll start out with Solitude. And so Solitude's the first track on the album. And I really like this one because of the vocal sample that's used, and you can check that out. Up with song number 2, You Don't Know. This one, it just has a really nice vibe, and I'll play that for you next.
You know, love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
Track number 3 that I'm gonna play is Bonita, and Bonita has a Brazilian vibe. It has a plucking instrument, which I can't tell honestly if it's a guitar or if it's almost like sounds like a violin being plucked, but it's a really interesting sample that he pulled. Song number 4, I picked It's Raining Again, which is a collaboration with a fellow chill hop artist, Philanthrope. And with this one, I really liked the guitar, and it has sort of 2 different guitar samples. It has more of like a bass sound of like an acoustic guitar sampled, but then you also have a higher pitched guitar sample going on in the background as well. So I really like how he layers his samples to create texture in the songs. And they all the songs on the album have their own feel, but it sort of gives a sometimes dreamy, sometimes islandy vibe to it. One more sip here. Yeah, this is one that I would like to have around. You could share this with a friend. You can drink it on your own. It's not a real big bottle, as you can see. I recommend checking out Jackie O's. They do really well. I've only really had their stouts and then their sours, and I've really enjoyed both of them. I'm actually heading to Columbus, which they just opened a spot in Columbus this weekend. So I'll be maybe swinging by there, checking it out, and see if I can pick up any bottles to bring back and do for future pairings. But until then, I hope everyone has a happy Valentine's Day. stay safe, and remember to subscribe to my videos and follow me on Instagram. I'll put the links in the bottom, as well as the links to the artist and the brewery's Instagram accounts. So until next week, thanks for watching, and cheers.